another episode of For the Love of the Game. Episode 37. You're joined by myself, Dre. Ronaldo, what's good? We saying?
That's it for the love of the game. Don't know. Shout out all the supporters.
Yeah. Happy New Year to everyone as well. This year we're gonna be doing big things, but just keep tuned and stay posted. More will come later in the year as we go along. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let's get straight into it. New Year's Day fixtures. Some are still going now. Big game later on in the week with City and Chelsea. But we'll talk about the games that have already happened. We're gonna touch on United later. I feel like let's leave that. Let's keep the fans waiting in that car. We're in a good mood. We're in a good place right now. We don't want to talk too hard in it. We don't want to jinx anything. But let's talk about those pansies over down the Mersey. They kicked off the New Year's Day fixtures. This round of fixtures. They played Brentford and they got smoked. Brentford 3, Liverpool 1. I think many after Liverpool's game on Friday thought, okay, they might do something now against after winning that jammy game against Leicester, and they might start pushing on, going a little second half of the season run, but they were just brought back down to earth against Brentford. Is this the end of this cycle for Liverpool? Now, is this officially confirmed now? Because it's another away defeat, another game where they've looked shocking, especially at the back, especially in the midfield. Where do Liverpool and Klopp go from here?
Boy, he needs to. First, I have to say congratulations to Brentford, man. They played
100%.
football, man. You know what I'm saying? 2 goals disallowed as well.
Tony.
No Tony, 2 goals disallowed. Van Dijk getting pulled at half time. Getting run all over the place.
Virgil van Delegate.
But yeah, where did they go from here? I don't know, it doesn't look good for them. But I don't think they'll finish top 4 anyway, but they had a slight chance, outside chance, but it's getting slimmer by the week. You know what I mean? There's so many games, 3 games, a game every 3 days. So it's going to be hard for them to cope, man. I can't lie, but for me, where does he go? He needs to go in the market, get a midfielder, get probably 1 or 2 midfielders, But
were you surprised that they went for Gakpo and not look for a centre midfielder like an Enzo Fernandez? We'll talk about him more later, but more like an Enzo Fernandez instead of a Gakpo.
That's exactly what they needed, or Jude Bellingham. You know what I mean? They need a midfielder that's going to stand up with presence, world class. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. Gakpo, 30-something million, 50 million add-ons. Enzo Fernandez, you're looking at 100 million. Jude Bellingham, 100 million. You know what I mean? So then again, they do need a midfielder. Like, where's Arthur anyway? Arthur Melo.
He's out for the season, isn't it? Injured in training.
He's still there, like. But yeah, that's where their main problem is. Like you said, midfield, innit? Like the aging team, they're old, man. Hendo was a good player, experience. You have to give him credit, but has he got the legs to keep going with Yano and Jensen and these guys? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting overrun, bro. So where do they go from here? Just try and solidify the team and push for top 4. Hopefully, you know what I mean? They're getting Europa League. You know what I mean?
They're 6th at the moment. As the league stands, they are 7 points off United in 4th. Level on points with Fulham,
Told you.
I feel. What did you make of? Oh, God.
Battling out with Fulham, Europa League.
Hey. But it's still early days. It's still early days. It's still like a lot of football to be played, but it's not looking good for Liverpool. What did you make of Klopp taking off? Who you take off? He took off Van Dijk. Can't remember who else did he take off. Who did he take off at half time? Might have been Hendo, Hendo or Fabinho. One out of them two.
Hendo.
Yeah, Hendo, and brought on someone else. He made 3 subs at half time. But what was your thoughts on him taking off Van Dijk?
At first, I was thinking, that's it. That's a good protecting his centre back because they was getting outrun. Like, every set piece, every cross in the box, there's just a Brentford player on it, and they're winning second balls in the box. You know what I mean?
It was
So
shocking. It was
yeah,
shocking defending for literally every corner.
thank you, bro. So I was thinking maybe he's protecting him because he's having a bad night.
Mm.
But after the news break about the injury, but yeah, at first I was thinking he's protecting Van Dijk. But the guy that came on, he didn't do much better, did he?
Oh,
Flipping
Konate.
hell. What did he do?
Hey,
Scored a
hey,
own
and
goal
Bremo
in the
setting
out.
hey, and Bremo
Yeah,
gave man a rock bottom in that.
thank you. It's shocking. Like, what's he doing? Like, I don't know,
Ain't
but
he what did he start in the World Cup final, yeah? That same
yeah,
Konate,
I
yeah?
think so. I
Ah,
think so. I think
interesting.
it was him, but it looks a
Interesting.
shadow, innit? It's not the same
We
player.
starting with Varane, yeah? Interesting.
Mm, told you, anyone looks good
Mm,
next to Varane.
mm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm,
You got a world class Varane there,
yeah.
Champions League Varane. Anyone look, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every game they will change. Uppermancano,
Mm,
Canute,
yeah.
whoever took them to
Yeah.
the final. But yeah, like, I don't know what's going on with Liverpool there. But I think the changes was needed. He needed a reaction, but unfortunately they got
To be
opposite reaction.
honest, they did get one because who scored? Chamberlain scored
Yeah,
literally 5 minutes into the second half, and you thought, I think everyone thought Liverpool going to equalize. So, like Gary Neville said on commentary, which I agree with, got to give Brentford ratings for getting that third goal because Brentford was on Boxing Day, they were 2-0 up against Tottenham and threw that game away as well. So for them to get the 3-1 win, respect, even more respect that they done it without Ivan Toney as well, which was even more shocking. Brentford, for the time being after that game, were the top team in West London, up until Fulham won. So right now, Brentford are the second biggest team in West London. Fulham, we'll talk about them in a minute. They are the number one team in West London, and the third best team in their own borough are bloody Chelsea. But we'll get to that later. Anyway, um, for Brentford now, is it more a case of just solidify mid-table, or do you think they should push in the second half of the season for Europa?
yeah, man. Why not push on? You know what I mean? They play good football on their day. They could beat anyone. You know what I mean? They've beaten
Yeah,
us, beaten Liverpool. Who else they beaten? I think they gave Chelsea a good game. You know
yeah,
what I
Drew.
mean?
I think they drew Chelsea, isn't it? Yeah.
And they beaten City away.
Yes, just
You know what I mean?
before World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, so why not push on?
You know, you know who Brentford remind me of. Remember Southampton back in the day when we used to play at the Dell. Them little small
Old school.
stadiums. Yeah, fans are on top of you. They Southampton played good ball back when they were at the Dell still, and like it was difficult for teams to go to. Like they're away from home, they were whatever, but at home it was difficult to beat Southampton at the Dell. Brentford are like the 2023 version of Southampton from the 90s, bro. Literally, small stadium on top of you, raucous atmosphere. Once they go in front, it's problems. But we'll see what happens in the second half of the season. Liverpool's next game in the league is about 10 days' time. They will be playing against Brighton away from home. Tricky trip that for Liverpool. And Brentford's next game is at home to Bournemouth, so that should be interesting. Um, On to the rest of the New Year's games. Hold on. Yeah, the rest of the New Year's games. Tuesday. Let's start with the biggest game of these round of fixtures. It was first against third, the team that have won every home game up until this point at home against the surprise package of the season. Both teams have only lost one game. Arsenal versus Newcastle ended up 0-0. Um, what was your thoughts on the game in total? Who will leave the happier of the two sides?
Well, thoughts that my thought is it was a good game. It's a good game of football, you know. Two teams going at it. And I'm saying a bit cagey, came a chess game, but yeah, that's what you expect when two teams are going for the title. You know what I mean? Because I think Newcastle actually believe that they can push on and win the title. But yeah, man, it was a good game. But who's the happier team? I'll say Newcastle because it's away in it. So it's always good to leave with something on your travels, man. You know what I mean? If you want to win trophies, you can't leave with all three. Just leave with something. So yeah, in terms of the better team, best chances, I would say Newcastle had the best chance. You know, Joe Hilton
Yeah,
at the back post, that header. He's not a great header of the ball, is he? Yeah,
that was a stinker still.
you know what I mean? Like flipping hell, bro. You're all but it's a free header, you know. Come on, man. Tuck that away, man. You know what I'm saying? But he did a similar thing at Old Trafford. He kicked it
Yes,
in
he
the box.
did. When he kicked it and headed it against. So I don't know how he managed to do that.
That's probably the Premier League history, bro. That's football
Mm.
history there. That probably never happened. You know them pub quiz? The only player ever to kick the ball.
At the same time.
Yeah, bro. He flopped there, mate. Trust me. So for me, that was the best chance of the game. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nketiah had a chance, he turned on it, quick shot in the box, but you know what I'm saying? Pope was equal to it. But to be honest, for me, that's a free header, bro. If that's on target, there's no chance. You know what I'm saying, Jay? It's a goal.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So for
facts.
me,
Yeah.
that's the best chance. So yeah, man. That's
All
my
right.
thought.
Arsenal. I saw this stat the other day. No team with this amount of points after this stage of the season has failed to go on and win the league. But
Yeah, go on.
but City beat Chelsea. It's 5 points, and there's still a lot of football to be played. They still got to play City twice. Still got to go to Newcastle. North London derby's next for Arsenal, and after that it's Manchester United at home. Still got to go to Anfield. Like right now, we're still saying, well, are you still saying Arsenal favourites?
But I have to give Arsenal credit. Like I say, they're gonna push City all the way in it. But as it gets closer to the end, Arsenal gonna become favourites, whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because league, that's the works, innit? Let people play catch up. It doesn't matter if it's a game in hand, whatever. Just get the points on the board. You know what I mean? Because for City to go past Arsenal, they've got to go on a run. So that creates pressure as the games gets lesser. You know what I mean? Like as the games count down, yeah, it's gonna be even more difficult to go out there and win because the lower teams are gonna need points. Teams are trying to finish in Europe. Loads of different factors, variant comes into play. You know what I mean? So lead, just getting the lead, and Arsenal's got the lead. So you have to give them credit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, got to give them their credit. So I wouldn't say they're favorites for now. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll still say they push City all the way. But
It's crazy because when you actually look at it, City's next four league games: Chelsea away, Chelsea away, United away, Tottenham at home, and then Tottenham away. That's their next four league games.
you're forgetting
Arsenal,
Chelsea. You're forgetting Chelsea in the cup as well. add that into the
That's
mix.
the cup. That's the cup, though, isn't it?
I'm not, but
That's the
which
cup
he's
game.
gonna have to rotate games
Yeah,
every
of
three.
course, of course, of course. But
Yeah,
the next 4 league games, I know everyone said Chelsea are out of form, but it's Chelsea away. It's the bridge. You don't know what Chelsea's going to turn up. It's a big game. But Tottenham have a record of gold. Tottenham's next Thursday, I think, or a couple weeks' time, I think. Yeah, a couple weeks' time. But they play Tottenham back to back. It, it's one of those ones where that could be 2 huge points dropped by Arsenal in the grand scheme of things. Because when you actually look at it, Arsenal could be miles clear. If the worst was to happen to City, you could be saying in a month's time, title race done. You could be literally saying title race done.
that's my point. To touch on what you say, bro. That's my point. Being in the lead is the works. But yeah,
Yeah,
carry
of
on.
course.
Yeah,
We'd rather. I always say points on the board and games in hand. Always. I'd rather be 5 points clear than be 5 points behind with 4 games in hand, bruv. I'd rather have the points on the board, bruv, because it's more pressure with games in hand than points on the board, bruv. To be honest. Um, Arsenal though, do you think they'll be disappointed they didn't get the 3 points? They did have a lot of chance. Well, some would say chances, half chances, but they had chances. Do you think they'll be gutted they didn't get the 3 points?
yeah, but yeah, definitely. They're at home. They're going for the title. Definitely they're got it. When you're at home,
Snap.
you expect, what I mean, a better performance. But at the end of the day, they didn't lose the game. But you can see they was upset. You can tell from the manager's reaction at the end
Mm.
with the penalty. You know what I mean? They felt aggrieved. They would love to be 10 points clear right now. Do you know what I mean? Come on,
Imagine
every
that,
Arsenal
10 points cleared.
big opportunity missed, but ain't the end of the world. There's still
Oh,
none.
definitely not. A lot of football to be played.
Yeah, but to be 10 points clear would have been amazing. So obviously they're disappointed. Like, you know what I
Mm.
mean? After the
Yeah.
game, but a few days
Uh,
after, yeah, go on, bro.
yeah, definitely. Arsenal's next game is the North London derby. Um, Tottenham right now are 4-0 up at Selhurst Park. Yeah, it's
4-0
bad.
up, but
Yeah,
sorry,
and it was 0-0 at halftime.
I know they was atrocious first half.
That's going to be a big game. Arsenal at the back end of last season, lost at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium when they were pushing for top four. How it's going to be one of those ones where I think this is going to be the game where we'll know what Arsenal are about. Simply because are they going to right the wrongs from the back end of last season and go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and win? Because I think if they win that game, I don't want to say that they're going to win the league, but the belief will be there, knowing that they've gone away to their old enemy and won. Even more confident. You know what I mean? But if they lose, then them little demons are going to creep in the back of their heads again. That's going to be a bit, mm, especially with United coming to town. United take the lead early on. Ooh, pressure.
Yeah, I
How
agree.
big? How big is that North London derby in your opinion next Saturday, next Sunday?
It's massive, massive game, huge game. It's not just being at the top of the league. It doesn't matter where they are in the league. It's a massive game. And now that they're top and Tottenham have got the opportunity to dent their hopes, just put a dent in it. They can't really affect it in the longer term, but
Mm.
just to slow them down a bit. It's a massive game when you think about it. Come on, two big rivals. Come on, man. 100%. That's a massive game for them. So Arsenal will be looking to win that game. Statement to the rest of the league. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's very, very important for Arsenal to win that game.
Yeah. That is one half of the big derbies of next round of Premier League fixtures. We'll do previews probably next week for those games. The other half of that derby weekend will be the Manchester derby. That's the first game of the next weekend. Let's talk about the team that is on the best run in the league right now. Manchester United 3, Bournemouth 0, 4 wins in a row.
Right on, mate. Come on.
What's that? 4 games in a row without conceding. How many games is it? 3 in a row without conceding.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only team over the Christmas period to win all of their games, all of them, without conceding a goal.
Comfortable.
Come on. Listen.
You know what I mean?
How many episodes of this pod that me, Ronaldo, Skirvin have been dejected in the dumps? Look at us. What? Depressed. You know what I mean? 4 wins in a row. I just want to put this stat out there. When Casemiro and Varane are on the pitch together this season, we have not conceded a goal in any game.
Say what?
10 hours of football. When Casemiro, Big Cass, and Champions League Varane have been on the same pitch at the same time, we have not conceded a goal. Over 10 hours of football. That's a box set. That's like watching a season of Prison Break, brother. We ain't conceded a goal, bro.
A goal. No threat. No problems.
Come on. And if there is a threat, there's Big Dave behind pulling out worldies.
Worldies, man. I'm telling you. He looks like he's like 25, 26.
I know. I know. He's not far off the all-time. He's in the top 10 for appearances now for Manchester United. Credit to him. He's very close. I think he's 5 clean sheets away from breaking the all-time record for United as well. I don't know where to start, but you know what? Where I will start actually, it's the man that's banning form 4-4. This is your boy, Marcus Rashford. Talk to me about Marcus Rashford. He's carried that World Cup form back home with him, and he's literally becoming our talisman at the moment. How good has Marcus Rashford been since his return from the World Cup?
Let me just give him a. That's the intro you need for Rashi. You know that I've been supporting this guy through the thick and thin. You know what I mean, Dre? When he was playing out of form, when he was searching for that form, I just knew it. I knew he had it in his locker. But now I'm so happy that he's finally stepped up on the stage and he's doing what he's supposed to do. Long may it continue. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. I love to see it. I love to see it, finally. And the thing about Rashi for me is, he's one of us. You know what I mean? He's one of us. He bleeds red. You know what I'm saying? As long as the club going in the right direction, he's going to give us his heart and his soul every game. You know what I mean? He loves the club. So I love that. I love when I see that happen and see a player like came through the academy be successful. You know what I mean? But like I've said, I've always known Rashford had the potential to do what he's doing now. A lot of people are going to say they never saw it, they never see it. It's just that, I don't know why, I just had that feeling that he was capable of doing these things, Jay. You know, I said it before the season started, 20 goals. Everyone's saying in the Prem, all I said, I need 20, but I'll take it. I said in the Prem, whatever, my bro, but I just had a feeling. All I said was before.
It's achievable though. What's he on now? 6.
Nah, 7.
7.
7 in the
13 goals from what? 20 odd games left. It's achievable.
Thank you. And the way he's playing right now, he's only gonna get better, Jay. I'm telling you, he's only like, look at the projection. Like you said, you've carried the form from the World Cup. So think about before the World Cup, he was playing well. Scored against Liverpool, scored against Chelsea, fought his way back into the England team.
Scored against Arsenal early in the season as well.
Yeah,
2 against Arsenal.
Sorry, not Chelsea. 2 against Arsenal. Won the game for us. scored against Liverpool. You know what I mean? So won the game as well in the end. So you can say he forced his way back into the England team, went to the World Cup. By the second game, third game, everyone's like, he should be starting. You know what I mean, Trey? So it's a projection. So expect more, my bro. Don't expect it to slow down. Just expect it to carry on and be more, even better. Do you know what I mean? Like I could see Rashford winning big games for us. City, Chelsea, Liverpool. That's how I see him. I know everyone don't see him in that light, but yeah, man, that's my guy. You know already. I believe in Rashi. I hate to go on and elaborate, but a lot of players, even a few guests came on and there was that in Rashi, like, I think he's finished, like, what does he do? All this stuff. You know what I mean? I just had to get that in there, you know? But that's what he does, innit? You know what I mean? He does what he does, innit? This is what he does.
I don't even want to get into. I don't even want to downplay what he's doing. What he's doing is big at the moment because he's literally winning games, and that's what I've always. That's what you want from your main men, innit? Um, my thing is now. I don't even want to talk too much about the past. Let's just focus on the present. Um, he needs to continue this to the end of the season. Like to me, doing it 4 games in a row is cool. That's what I expect them little duddy youths like Alanga to do. Like every once in a while. Oh, you're in form, yay. Like Rashford has got to do this. 20 league goals, the way he's playing is achievable. 13, that's what? 13 from 21. He can do that. I expect games where he could possibly get a hat trick, maybe a brace. Like that's what I expect to see from Rashford, isn't it? Like, but it's that it's like the stench of the past for this United team lingers with a lot of these players, isn't it? Because we've seen these false dawns with a lot of these men in this United team. So while everyone's gassed on Rashford, I'm happy for him. Always happy when Rashford does well. Even though I come across as his biggest critic, I'm always happy when he does well because I know what he could potentially become. The only thing that's missing in that man's game is consistency. But we've had a lot of years where some of these men have delivered and then fallen off. And he's in that boat. The Rashfords, the Martials, the Luke Shaws. Who else have we got there? That the rest are actually rubbish, but those three are the main ones because they're the main ones that start. Like we've seen it before with these guys, isn't it? So with Rashford, I just want to see this between now and the end of the season. Fire us to the top 4, and if you don't get top 4, at least give us goals that give us a chance to finish in the top 4. You know what I mean? That's all I want to see from Rashford. If we can get a trophy along the way. But these performances and the goals he's scoring are huge, absolutely huge. And like, I think he's playing. You know what we said about Garnacho just before the World Cup break, where he plays with the belief and he knows he's the man when he steps on the pitch. I'm slightly starting to see that with Rashford.
Yeah,
I'm
but can I
slightly
just
starting to see that with
elaborate
Rashford. Go
what
on.
you just said? Yeah, you see when you got players like Nacho coming through, doing what he's doing, that helps Rashi as well.
Yeah,
That helps Rashi. They help each other.
still sharp and still.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure Rashford would have not liked to have seen just before the World Cup Garnacho stepping on the scene. He's the star boy. That's who everyone's talking about. Rashford said, "Hold my beer, bro." Went to the
Thank you.
World Cup, bagged his 3 goals. In other countries, he probably would have played every other game after that, but that's for another day. Come back, Burnley scores. Was the first game back? Boxing Day.
It wasn't just
Forest.
any. It wasn't just any goal against
That was a
Burnley.
great goal on the right, from the right as well.
There you go.
Kudos,
From his own
kudos.
half, he had the ball, mate.
Yep.
From his own half, he took it up. Yeah, yeah, go on.
Nottingham Forest scored. Wolves scored. Yesterday scored. Like that's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. But I think with him, even if you're not scoring, you've got to be assisting in it. And I think that's always been my problem with Rashford. Is that when he's not scoring, or even when he's not assisting, he's not really affecting the game outside of that. So there's going to be games where he doesn't score in this run. I'm not mad if he doesn't score in the FA Cup. I think we play on Friday. I'm not
Yeah.
mad if he don't score, but if he's affecting the game, then that's all I want. That's all I want. I can see this. This is a different Rashford. This is the Rashford that's away from distractions, bad influences around him. Like, I don't want to say Jesse Lingard, but I feel that Jesse Lingard influence didn't help him. He seems focused on his game. I know he went to Nike HQ in the summer, and I think they have fixed his running style, and they fixed certain aspects of how he even walks. And Rashford said that's improved his game in that. So if he's working on that throughout the summer, seeing improvements, more kudos to him, man. But we need more guys to help Rashford out because we've got the talent there. Like we said before we come on air, it can't just be Rashford scoring goals.
Yeah, 100%.
And that leads me. Actually, I don't even want to get on I don't even want to be a Debbie Downer and talk about Martial. Let's continue the positive wave that we're on. Yeah, we have to talk about Casemiro. We have to talk about that man. He is the best signing post. He's the best.
Pause. Cassie who? Big Casemiro, bro. Come on. You get me? Big Cass. Man, go on.
I can't. I've run out of superlatives. You know what? I was watching the World Cup, and I was like, "Raw, this man is on a." He's brought his World Cup form back to Manchester with him as well. He plays football at his own speed. Like the game, it's like we play in Casemiro's world. That's all. Like he reads the play, wins the ball back, and it's not looking. You see these dud defensive midfielders you see in the Prem like Declan Rice win the ball and play it back to their centre backs or their goalkeeper. No, if Casemiro sees a forward pass or a pass in between the lines, boom, forward.
Baller.
You can't. He's different. He's
Different.
different.
Absolutely
different.
See what you just said, bro? Just to touch on what you said, see like Rice, all these guys, Hendo, they just pass it back. He passes it back to give them a touch, a feel of the ball.
Yeah, that's the only time he passes it back to them, you know.
He already know that he's gonna break the lines with the no look part.
Exactly.
The guy is so class. Like I see man look at Wan-Bissaka and just gave it to Eriksen's feet. You know, like that. He's putting Wan-Bissaka.
And you know what?
Eriksen's feet on the left. You know the ones. The guy's class. It's too much.
When he comes to get the ball, these other dud defensive midfielders come take a touch, then pass it back to like the right back. Casemiro knows exactly where he's passing the ball while you're passing it to him. He knows the next pass. Varane will give him the ball first time, boom, out to Shaw, or boom, first time inside to Eriksen or Bruno, or out wide to Dallo or Wan-Bissaka. He's got literally a picture of the pitch that no one else is seeing. I've run out of superlative. We've got to keep that man fit.
100%, bro.
He's imperative. Imperative.
When he's not there, he's a different Manchester United. Different Manchester United. You know what I'm saying, Drake? As you said, like when he plays with Varane, you can't break it. It's unbreakable. You know what I mean,
bro? And our first choice centre back has not played. Our first choice centre back pairing hasn't played together since before the World Cup.
And we 3 clean sheets in a row? No Martinez? How many games were on?
See that standing ovation? I just want to focus on that standing ovation you got yesterday and that. Pogba never got that, but hey, that's hey.
I know it's sad,
anyway,
but you know, I know. Let's cover that
moving
crack
on.
quickly.
Yeah, moving on.
I didn't see any French flags getting raised on that. Wasn't that
interesting, isn't it? Quite interesting. We touched on Varane. Varane. We didn't play yesterday. It was Maguire and Lindelof, wasn't it? But in terms of other areas on the pitch, what did you make of Donny yesterday? because he got a little run out.
To be honest, yeah, I was pleased with him. I wouldn't say I was over the moon or anything, but I was pleased. I saw he tried to get in amongst it, had a few challenges early on. You know what I mean? So I was pleased with his performance up to he got injured. On the attacking note, he wasn't brilliant. Didn't do anything, to be honest. His runs was dead. We looked a bit flat. Do you know what I mean? But to be fair to him, he was in amongst it. He wasn't shying away like he did before. Just let the game go past him. You know what I mean? He was tackling, he was running, he was making himself available.
I think he's going to be a big part towards the end of the season. He might score a couple of big goals. I'm not going to say he's going to be an important player, but he might score some big goals. You know them players that pop up when you're towards the business end of the season that just, not like they've been great, but they just pop up with important goals and that. That could be Donny van der Beek.
Think so.
Yeah.
Jury's out for me, pal. You already know, man. He has to do it for me now. You know what I mean? I've given up hope. He has to go out there and do it. And then I say, yep, brilliant. But in terms of hoping for him, nah, man. I get what I take. You know, there was I take the good with the bad and I just keep it moving. But last night, like, it's all right, man. Give him his credit, you know? Put shift in for the club. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate what happened to him as well because it looks a serious one. I think he might be out for a minute. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen it. What was it like? What type of injury was it?
Like the guy just went in on him. That crazy guy. I forgot. Sensi or something. You know the Bournemouth centre back.
Yeah.
Not a bro. Throughout the whole game, he was making crazy challenges, bro. And he took like his leg. If you saw his leg, the way it bent on the slow mo, yeah, you knew he was off the pitch. He was crying, bro.
Was he stretched off?
He was crying. He walked. He got up and walked. Like walked off.
When you see that, it's probably knee ligaments or something.
Yeah, bro. It's crying the way it bent back, and you know he was injured and out for a minute.
Yeah.
So probably recurrence. He's gonna be out for a month or two. Definitely. Sad.
Yeah. But on that note, United over this period have gone into the top four. Next two games, Manchester City at home, Arsenal away. That will take us to the 19-game mark, the halfway mark of the season. What are we saying? How many points are we behind Arsenal? 8. 8 or 9? 9 points behind Arsenal.
Gotta beat them. Let me just get into it before you even ask.
Go ahead.
We've got to beat them 100%.
Beat who?
If we don't beat Arsenal, we might as well give up on top 4 because I can't see us beating City.
You can't
see us beat Arsenal. It depends on the City team that plays because they've got Chelsea back to back, so it might be slightly.
When do I take it City play that Carabao Cup game on a Saturday, yeah? I mean a Wednesday, next Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah.
We play Tuesday, innit? Charlton. We got Charlton.
So we got a little rest, you know. Rest up a few players.
I think that game next Saturday against City is gonna be the one. I think that's the game. That's gonna be, to me, it's simple. Yeah. I'm more confident about City than I am about Arsenal.
I need 4 points though, Jay. I need 4
points. I want
6 points.
I need 6. I think this run of form, we need 6. I feel like
I always go 4 points. If there's 2 home games,
just because, out of all the big 6 teams we've played, the only one where we've been like walloped was City. That was just the perfect storm for City, innit? But every other game, Liverpool played well, won. Arsenal played well and won. Tottenham played well. Chelsea, we should have won. Newcastle, we should have won. I'm not fearing Man City. I'm not. I feel like you can get at them, and boy, we owe them. We really owe them. Get at them. Early goal, couple early goals. I'm not fearing City. This is not the same City team from even a year ago. They're heavily reliant on Haaland. And I said this before the World Cup break. They're too reliant on Haaland. It's going to cost them. Look at it. You can't score without the guy, bro. Literally can't score without the
At the
guy.
moment, yeah, you could say that.
If
To be honest, you know what I mean,
I can't, even in my head, I can't picture 4 points from them 2 games. I can't. I can only see 6. We have to win at the Emirates. I think if the ideal situation would be to Arsenal to drop those 2 games against Tottenham and us. We beat City and we beat Arsenal. Then what? That 9-point gap becomes 3 points, and then we're having a totally different conversation. We're in the title race. We'll talk. I wouldn't even say title race. We're in the talk. We're in that discussion.
this is why I'm saying 6 points is just that I don't. It's like
They
I
don't
want
want
to
us to
believe
have. They don't want
possible.
us to do a pod if if we win those 2 games. They don't. Trust me.
You know what I'm saying, innit? For the love of the game, going
What?
crazy. But
We might have to do it outside the Emirates.
get wavy on, you know.
Hey, listen. Hey, they don't want us. They don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it.
I know. That's why.
I think the Arsenal game is going to be more difficult because they're going to be on it Sunday, 4:00. They're going to be on it. They're going to be really on it. That's going to be the more difficult game. I think that's going to be probably the most difficult game of the season that's left for us. Going Arsenal. Because they're going to be on it. First 20 minutes on our cases, bro. But listen, if we win those 2 games, 3 points behind Arsenal. And the only difficult games you've got left are what? Tottenham, Chelsea, and Tottenham's Tottenham, isn't it? Tottenham got Chelsea at home. We go to Anfield. Got to go to St James's. That's it.
That's it.
The only way I say we won't win the league is because we ain't got that striker in it. We can't rely on Martial. We can't. I say go get Memphis Depay.
Depay. That's what I was about to say. Like, to go for title talk, we gotta have a squad that can win the title. I don't think our squad's good enough.
I don't think there's enough goals in the team because our goal difference is what, +7. That's not good enough. That just says it all.
Exactly.
We ain't got the goals.
You know what I mean? We're super reliant on a wide player to get our goals. Even though he plays through the middle now and then, but we need our striker, like you say, scoring goals to win the league naturally.
Even if Bruno started chipping in with more goals, we need everyone. Anthony needs to start scoring.
True.
We need Sandro back. But yeah, ideal world up.
Yeah, let's not get into that. Let's slow down. I know we're a bit confident, but you know, 4 wins and that. Happy New Year, you know. Start the new year off right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, if we win those 2 games, we're going outside the Emirates and recording the pod. I'm telling you, they don't want that to happen. They don't want that to happen.
Let's be honest, like, you know what I mean? Like, going to Arsenal and winning, that would be the dagger, I reckon. If we go to Arsenal and we beat them, I can't see them winning the league. So that's why I say it's tricky.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm saying we might have to take a point there, because Arsenal knows we're the arch rivals, even to their fans. They will. They don't really care about
it's probably us.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know we're the old enemies, we're the old arch rivals, mate. You know, that rivalry is starting to come back, because I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans lately, you know. I never used to see them in their kits. Like all of a sudden.
Talking the talk.
I mean?
I'm gonna start going to games again.
They're everywhere now. Like,
these times they never went to games in the first place. I know these Arsenal fans.
There you go.
Rocking the little shirts and that. I see them.
No, you know what I'm saying? Manchester and that, the old Mancunians coming to town. They're gonna put on a show, like you say, definitely. So I probably have to take a point, but let's see the confidence going into that game, because, like you say, if we can turn City over, then boy, we'll be a bit bouncy stepping in the Emirates, you know. You know what I'm saying? It might be old school Cristiano Ronaldo type of things, like scoring
Champions League Varane. World Cup winner Martinez.
No,
Wait. I swear we've got the only centre back pairing in the Premier League that both won World Cups. Back to back, bro. France and Argentina. I swear it must be us, innit? Yeah.
no, we're probably the
Wait.
only team with a pairing like that.
Hey.
That two centre
Wait.
backs played in a World Cup
World
final.
Cup final. Mm.
Like, that's a good pairing there. Well done, Ten Hag, man.
Wait.
Kudos, man.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? You're doing a
Yeah.
brilliant. I saw a stat today, yeah. You know what you said, yeah, and I was thinking before the stat, I was thinking I like the energy at the club. I like what Ten Hag's doing. He's grown on me a bit, and then I read the stat, yeah, 70 what percent he won out of his games. I'm thinking, hold on, let me just pull it
What?
up here. Yeah, hold on, let me let me just pull it up and tell you the stat, yeah. Out of the first 25 games at Old Trafford, yeah. Eric Ten Hag's number one. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
out of all the managers, but we don't care about Old Trafford right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's done better than everyone. Jose, Fergie, he's won 72%. But compared to the top guys that step into a top role, yeah, like say Tunchu,
Mm.
Guardiola, Arteta,
Mm.
Klopp, Conte,
Mm.
way ahead of them.
Mm.
The closest was Tunchu when he done that 21 goals in you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that in
Games.
front of nobody. In front of nobody. There's no fans in the stadium, bro.
But he came back after 25 games with 68%. Manchester United is at 72% return, bro.
Ooh.
After 25 games, bro.
Ooh.
Guardiola's giving you
Ooh.
56% return. Come on, Jay. We're
Ooh.
punching above our weight. The way we're moving,
All.
like a lot of fans was expecting this next season or the season after. I know it's early days, but you gotta give 10
I
credit,
weren't. I wasn't. I'm not even gonna lie. I
Yeah,
said it. I said it. Remember, I said it after what game did we get smacked? Brentford game, yeah. I said this is the best thing that could happen to Manchester United. You're not gonna see
yeah,
this again. I
yeah.
said it. I said it. It's gonna make the Glazers and what's his name, Arnold and them man put the money in it, put their hands in their pocket, spend money. What happened after Brentford? Casemiro, Anthony, and I think Martinez was already there in it. I said you're not gonna see that again. The Man City game, it happens, in it. A lot better teams than us have been smacked, and yeah, it happens. But we have been competitive in every game after that. And on my life, I was watching a game on Saturday against Wolves, yeah. And I was watching a passing. I think it was Varane to Casemiro, Casemiro to Ericsson. I was like, whoa, Ten Hag ball. I can see it now. You see them early season, pre-season training drills he was doing with McTominay and that. McTominay didn't know what he was doing. The pass, the touch with the left, pass with the right. I saw that with I saw that with Varane, Casemiro, and Ericsson. I was like, yep, Ten Hag balls arrived. And I said it's gonna arrive around January time. And I said, boom, watch when he gets the players he wants. Man United are going to be a big problem. Like, I don't think he really wanted Ericsson. I don't even think he wanted Casemiro too much tough. He wanted De Jong in it, but Casemiro, world class, can't knock it. Watch this summer. Watch this summer. And once he gets what he needs, and I know he's not just going to buy players to sit on the bench, he's going to buy players that are going to improve the starting lineup. So watch next season when he's got a proper midfielder next to bloody Casemiro and Ericsson's on the bench, and Fred can't even get in the 21-man squad on match days and that. That's when you're going to start seeing United. It's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you. I don't even want to jump the gun too hard. I want to wait till the end of the season with Ten Hag, but I can see exactly what he's trying to do now, and I'm glad. I'm happy. Literally Saturday when we took the lead against Wolves, I wasn't worried. I knew we were going to win the game. Bournemouth get the goal. Calm. Don't need to worry. It's just a question of how many. That's how I used to enjoy Manchester United, and I'm glad for Eric Ten Hag because after the Brentford game, they were on him. They're saying, "Oh, he can't do this in English football. He's naive." All of that. And he's proved everyone wrong. But these next two games, I think if we lose these next two games, they're going to be on his case again, innit? But I don't think we will, man. But big up Eric Ten Hag, 100%. He's lifted the mood at Old Trafford and he's created a team again.
Yeah,
There's no individuals. It's all a team. When they the back line make a block, they all go over and celebrate with the man like they've scored a goal, bruv. These
yeah.
times the ball's gone out for a corner.
That shows in the goal Luke Shaw scored, didn't it? Against Bournemouth. Team goal, man. All the way from the back, left back position to finish in the box. It's a team, man. We're playing as a team, playing for each other. You know what I mean?
It's good to see, man. It's
Yeah,
very good to see.
100%. Kudos
And
10, man.
you can tell that they like each other, innit? They may not be friends, but they like each other and they're playing for each other, which is good to see, man. It's good to see. Moving on to the rest of the games now that all the tonight have also finished. Boy, our next opponents on Friday in the FA Cup, Everton. Everton 1, Brighton 4. It's come out tonight. Frank Lampard will still be in charge come Friday when they go to Old Trafford in the FA Cup. Will he still be in charge come Saturday morning?
No, I think that's it, man. I think they're going to have a spirited performance, which I expect, because, come on, man, they ain't won in how long, so I expect a tough game. But I expect my team to win. I expect United to win comfortably as well, so I think that's it. Curtains for him, man. I hope United come out ready, because, you know what I mean, they're going to be up for it.
Yeah.
They got nothing to lose, you know what I mean? So they're wounded
Because it's
animals.
crazy. It's crazy with Everton. Like their results over this period, they lost at home to Wolves. Unlucky last minute defeat. I went to Manchester City and put up that spirited display, left with a point, then get smoked at home by Brighton. You don't know what Everton's gonna turn up. So United have to be on point.
There
That's
you
why it's a
go.
very tricky game.
I agree.
Very tricky game. If we handle business appropriately, we should smack them, and Lampard should be out of a job. I don't wish anyone to be out of a job. It's tough times, cost of living, and all that. But Lampard,
It's
P45,
not your fault, bro. It's just a part of the business. He knows what
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Results business.
P45,
Results
P45
ain't
might be
kind of
dropping.
way, innit? You know what I mean?
You know, then one day it won't even be first class delivery, be FedEx Saturday morning. But
Flipping hell. That'll be the
shocking
second
though.
time. I know, innit? It's shocking how they just went downhill. I thought they turned the corner, you know. I was all a fan. I was
Exactly.
like, they had a good defense, solid. They brought Cody and Tarkowski. And
Ah,
now,
listen, you see this Royal Britannia hype machine and that
I
Connor
know.
Cody and Tarkovsky. Come on now.
No, and
Come on now.
they got Harry Mina that can't even stay fit. Well,
How the
you
hell did
know,
Connor Cody go to the World Cup? Allow it,
I
man.
don't know, man. Don't ask me, man. I don't know, man. Wolves was happy to see the back of Connor
Yeah.
Cody.
And
Like,
now
look who
you
they playing
understand why
now.
Wolves got rid of him, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Kilman, these young, you know what I'm saying, guys, is better
Mm.
than Connor Cody, you know. And it's just, I don't know, man. Lamps, man. Man, he got thing as well from Burnley. What's his name?
McNeil.
McNeil. Oh my gosh, Royal
Ah,
Britannia, bro.
pants, bro.
Telling you, bro. It's just these guys, it's just washed. Like they're playing, and it's like, what are you doing? That Brighton just took them to the, bro, took them
You
to
know what?
clean.
I'm surprised they never sacked Lampard today because that atmosphere was toxic. I think
Getting booed.
was it 3-0 at half time? It
Yeah.
might.
No. It wasn't. No.
Let
Let
me
me
let
get.
me.
Let me get. Let me get. I don't know. That I pushed the knife a bit deep on that.
All right, it was 2-0 at half time. Yeah, it was 2-0
Yeah.
at half time,
Yeah.
and then they scored 2 goals in like 4 minutes, and they made it 4-0. Yeah. No, wait, it's 1-0 at half time. It was 1-0 at half time, and they scored 3 goals in 6 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
And literally, when it was 3-0, I heard the boos were loud.
Mm,
See, if that was
proper.
old school 80s and that, they would have run on the pitch and gone to the dugout and that.
I know. Throw the ticket at him and like, get out.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? A few swear words in there. Get
yeah.
out. You know the ones there, like the
Oh,
passion
get
was
out.
real
Get
back
out of
then.
our club. Yeah,
Passion was real. I know what you mean, Jay. It was real, but
that's a big
the,
up, boy. It's a big
To give
defeat.
him a bit of credit, they played well first half. First half, they was half decent. I wouldn't say they played well, but they're lacking goals in it. And Calvert-Lewin, I don't know what's going on in his personal life. Not to be critical of him, but there's something going on. Like he's not the same player, is he? And they believe in him. You know what I mean? So whenever he's fit or 70%, 75%, he's out there. You know what I mean? So and it's not happening for them. And Gordon, I don't know what's going on with him. He's just a mad scouser.
Overhyped. Another
He's just a
one.
scouser.
Overhyped.
He's like the Mason Mount scouser version.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. But no, what this guy just runs around like a madman. Like, you know them scouts, they're a bit crazy already. Just being a
Yeah.
scout. They're angry and that. He's just always angry, bro. Trying to pick a
And
fight
to
with
think
someone.
Chelsea wanted to slap 60 million on him.
Todd, man. Todd he was on one, innit? You got Kuka man, or whatever. He's the most expensive left back in the Prem. Like, I will leave them for a minute.
We'll get to them in a minute. But Everton.
Yeah, man.
Everton after the defeat, I've dropped into the bottom 3 on 15 points. Boy, their next game in the Prem, after the FA Cup break, they're at home to Southampton. That's going to be a big one because Southampton lost again tonight. They got booed off the pitch as well. That's going to be a big one in 10 days' time. On to Brighton though. Up to 8th, they've climbed above Brentford and Chelsea. A point behind Liverpool. That manager's settling in quite well now. I know we said it in the last, but I think they should really look at Europe. Really.
I think they are, you know. I think they are looking at you. Zegbe is a good manager, you know. Shakhtar, Champions League. Like I like managers like that. They come in the Prem, a lesser team. It's like Marco Silva. It's a lesser team, but people don't understand their pedigree. Like they know ball. They know they play a brand of football which is attractive, and they know players like Mitoma, or whatever how you pronounce it. That Japanese guy. He's a baller, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's a baller.
He scored a goal yesterday. That goal he scored yesterday. Yo, I had to look and think, who is that? I was like, wow.
He was at the World Cup for Japan. He was balling out. Yeah, before the World Cup, he was balling out. Like, but now he's here, man. You know him, innit? He's a threat. You know, like that. When you play Brighton, you better watch him. Like, I'm telling you, this guy played football against Arsenal. The comeback was on. I know it was 3-2, but you know what I'm saying? If they got that goal, you know what I mean? Like the 4-3, they play football. Arsenal's the best team in the league. You know what I'm saying? They managed to get goals against them. So it shows, like, you know what I mean? Like, I respect Brighton. I'm surprised at the scoreline, but I expected Brighton to win the game. You know, like that. I think Brighton was a better team.
Moving on, next game, Leicester, another defeat. They lost at home to Fulham. Fulham, top team in West London. The top team in their own borough.
Say it again.
The top team in West London. Fulham are the top team in West London.
Okay. What did I say about Fulham, bro?
I'll give you credit where credit is due. They're level on points with Liverpool. Yep. Level on points with Liverpool. Another win. Their next league game they do play before the Premier League returns next weekend. They've got a West London derby against Chelsea next Thursday.
Ooh, that's a big game.
Yeah, that's a big game.
That's a very big game.
That's a big game.
Very big game because I expect Fulham to push Chelsea this season for the top team in West London. I said this from before. I know it sounds ridiculous, and everyone's gonna think, "What is Ronaldo saying?" But I'm being honest. Like, I expect Fulham to push for Europa League. I told you,
100%. I think everyone in that little section now between Liverpool to Chelsea should be looking those teams in that mix, Brentford, Brighton, Fulham, should be looking second half of the season. Why not? Europa League, even if it's Conference League, it's European football, isn't it? Why not? Go for it.
Gee, I watch them. I pay attention to see
They play
before.
ball.
The only two teams that beat them, they was on a little run like now. See how they won consecutive games again. Yeah? They was on a little mini run. I was watching them, and City beat them late on. We beat them late on in the both
back to back,
games.
2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
And look how we won the game. It weren't convincing. You know what I mean? And it was a brilliance, being natural. Like, you know what I mean? It's a one-off, extraordinary goal. Like, because they like that. They're a tricky team to play. They're tricky. Like, now they're in a run again. Watch them.
I said United are the only team to win all their games over Christmas. The only other team to win all their games during Christmas, Fulham. Away at Palace 3-0. Beat Southampton at home 2-1. Away at Leicester. Kudos. Absolute kudos. You know where some managers have found their club? Marco Silva has found Fulham. That's his club. Not even to say he's a bad manager, but you know certain managers fit certain teams. Marco Silva fits Fulham to a T. To an absolute T.
The thing is, yeah, he doesn't get his flowers, Jay. Like you say, 3 games in a row in the Prem, that's a big thing, you know, for a club that just came up from the Championship. You know what I mean? They just came up and they look comfortable. They don't look like they're going down. You know what I mean? They look like they belong here. You know, like that.
100%.
Like, they're a good team, man. Good team. Some good ballers in there. Yeah, excellent. But the thing, just a note before you go on, that Chelsea game, it might be a bit tricky because Mitrovic got booked. He missed the game, innit?
Oh, he's suspended, yeah?
Yeah, Chelsea might be.
Yeah, Chelsea are capable of doing a lot of magic, bro. They're capable of losing that game, bro. So
let's move on, my bro.
Yeah. Leicester another defeat, but they are 13th. Yeah, we'll leave Leicester alone. Otherwise on Wednesday, that's all it for Tuesday's games. Wednesday, since they're all done now, big win for Nottingham Forest. Southampton booed off the pitch. Southampton 0, Nottingham Forest 1. That's a big game down at the bottom of the league. After that result, Nottingham Forest have moved up from 19th to 15th. Level on points with Leeds and Leicester. Huge win. Southampton rooted to the bottom. There's rumours of Southampton even looking to sack Nathan Jones already, you know. Do you think Southampton will sack him? Or do you think they'll keep him possibly for the end of the season, beginning of next season, maybe in the Championship?
I'm surprised by the appointment, so I won't. If you're asking me, I think they should sack him. I don't even think he should have got the job, mate. Southampton's a big enough club, in the Prem, for them to attract a better manager. You know what I mean? Long story short, like I think Southampton has enough history to try and get a better manager than Nathan flipping Jones, bro. Like, but this guy ain't got a clue what he's doing. Like, you know what I mean? You watch the team.
Where they get him from? Stoke or Luton? Where was he? Stoke or Luton?
I'm not super, I think Luton. I can't remember. That's how mad.
They're not even all that in the Championship. That's the worst thing.
You know what I mean? It's too early for them to get ready for the Championship, to give up on the Prem. You know what I mean? I think they could have got attracted a manager with a better CV, better credential. Do you know what I'm saying? As bad as Huston Hoover was, he's better than Nathan Jones. You get what I'm trying to say? That's a big step back.
Yeah.
When he was bad, Hoover, I know he was bad in it. 9-0s and stuff like that. But when they was good, they was good. They would give you a game in it. Like, you know what I mean? They will put on a performance. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? They won at Chelsea, I think, last season, and they gave City a game, us a game. Like, so
they beat Chelsea this season, didn't they? Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So this season as well, what am I saying? At the Bridge as well. With people, like results wasn't going his way, but you pull out a performance. But this Nathan Jones guy, come on, like he can't pull out performances.
It's weird because then it's not like they're like miles away from safety. They're only 3 points away from Everton and West Ham. Like the season ain't lost. They could have got a better manager.
Thank you.
Much better manager. I agree with you. 100%.
Yeah,
100% could have got a better
right,
manager.
yeah. Even look at like a Premier League manager in a season where there's a game every 3 days. It's not the ideal, season to get a manager that lacks experience, bro. And when
Yeah,
Jay,
that's
we
true.
know when you're rooted at the bottom of the Premier, it becomes harder, bro. It's like you know what I'm saying. It's
It
like
is
they're
true.
throwing metal weights on you, mate. You know what I'm saying? Going
It's
out
true.
every week. It becomes more difficult to get out of that position. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if he's experienced enough or he's got the credentials. I don't know. I think they should get rid of him, man. Now before 20 games, man. Give the new manager at least 15 to
Who do you
18.
finish your goal get? Like Roy Hodgson or something?
Nah, he's retired. He's packed in. It's no point looking there.
Where's
I
Big
think
Big Sam ain't retired yet?
nah, he ain't. You know what I mean? Well, just to stay in the Prem, Sean, what's
Yeah.
his name?
Oh, yeah. He's out of work, innit?
You know what? Oh, Doisy, get him in there, mate. Throw him
Yeah.
in. You might keep them up. There's a few
Where's
out there that
Pardew
I
at?
think
Pardew still managing Bulgaria now?
he's 20 in Holland or some Norway. Quit
He was
or
in
something.
Bulgaria. He was in Bulgaria. Yeah. No, he left, innit? Because player got racially abused. Yeah, he left.
Yeah,
Well,
I
ratings for
remember.
Pardew for that still.
Yeah, man, he done a
I think he
mad
might be
thing.
in
But
Holland for real, Yeah.
they should go for Poch, man. Quick little job.
Hey, Poch is way. Poch
You know
is
what I'm saying?
Hollywood for them now, bruv.
But thank you. It shows you where they're falling, innit? Southampton.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what I
true.
mean? Like, look at their managers: Koeman, Barcelona, Poch, PSG. They had a little thing going on. Their little swagger. They had a few players coming through the door. Mane. They got history, man.
They do.
Chamberlain, Bale. Southampton's a big club. You know what I mean? Like for me, they are a big club, man. Premier League heritage, man. You know what I mean? Like, so they got to do
That's
better.
true.
They got to do better. They got to attract better managers than flipping Nathan, mate. You know what I mean? Like, they got to attract better managers, man. I have to tell the truth, mate. You know what I mean?
I feel like these next round of Premier League games are going to be huge because Everton play Southampton. Nottingham Forest at 1. They've got East Midlands derby against Leicester. That's kind of like a relegation 6-pointer. Wolves play West Ham as well. Next round of fixtures. So big games. Big games coming up at the bottom of the league. Big win for Forest though. 4 points from the last 2 games, Chelsea and Southampton.
Yeah.
Up to 15th.
Big up.
They might just football heritage, man. I want to see them stay in the league, man. They are actually a big. They've won more European Cups than Arsenal.
You just had to get that in there, innit?
Yeah,
But
of course.
You did say they'll beat Chelsea though. I remember they didn't.
Well,
They
it
got
was
a point.
coming. It was coming. Well, they got a point. It's good
Yeah,
enough, isn't
I
it?
know. Yeah. Well, you did say they'll give them a game. You said, nah, under the
Yeah,
light, it's gonna be a game.
yeah. I'm telling you, you see when United go to Forest, I'm worried because I know
Yeah,
they're gonna make that game live. That's gonna be a live game. Of course, it's gonna be live. Yeah, under the lights.
City ground. I know what you're
Yeah,
saying in it. Old Trafford,
yeah,
always live. It doesn't even
yeah,
matter where Old Trafford or City ground. It's
yeah.
live. I get you. Football, innit? History,
It is
heritage.
one of a big win for them though. Also on Wednesday night, Leeds 2, West Ham 2. Before we even mention the game, RIP to David Sullivan, the West Ham owner, who passed away today at the age of 86, I believe. Um, Ex-owner of not Bournemouth, Birmingham. Birmingham back in the day. He's one of the men that orchestrated that move for West Ham to move to the Olympic Stadium. I know a lot of
Bro,
West Ham fans weren't happy about that then.
it's not.
But
It's David Gold, innit?
he's part of that little trio, innit? Him, David Golden, what's that? Karen,
And that
Karen,
woman,
what's her name? Let me not. Yeah, Karen. Yeah,
but it's David Gold. That's that. It's easy to get them
David
mixed
Gold.
up.
What did I say? David Sullivan. David
Yeah,
Gold, innit? Sorry.
yeah,
David Sullivan's still here, people. David Gold, innit? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
R.I.P. to him and his family. Instrumental. He's one of the good owners in football. He loves to give his managers time. Doesn't really sack them off the cuff like that. It's very much he gives his managers time. Orchestrated that move to the Olympic Stadium. It's worked out for West Ham. Um, what's your thoughts on David Gold and his impact on football?
I think he's a good football man. You know, he's old school man.
Mm.
Like you say, he's a good football man. He's about the game. He loves the game. It's about the fans. You got West Ham from the bowling ground. Everyone thought
Mhm.
up to the park, you know what I mean? But the same old guy was opening the ground from 1701 or something like that. So he's off the grid, man. You know what I mean? It's for the fans,
Yeah,
you know? It's for the fans. Like you said, he did the joint ownership so they could pump more money in the club. It was about the club. You know, these guys, they're
100%.
not like Glazers taking out dividends and stuff like that. They're about solidifying the club, helping the fan base, does stuff in the community, East
Mm.
London. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man.
Didn't them three rescue West Ham from the old owners, the ones that almost relegated West Ham?
Yeah, ruin the club.
Them Icelandic dons and that. Yeah, it was them. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
him and this guy, it's Sullivan, isn't it? What's this guy's name? Because they're
yeah.
both David, isn't it? Yeah, man.
David Sullivan's the short one, isn't it? David Gold's the
Yeah,
one that's passed. Yeah.
yeah, man. So they're good
The
guys. They're
one, wait,
football.
wait, wait. That weren't these the same West Ham fans that tried getting to the directors box and that when West Ham were playing rubbish and that before COVID.
Yeah,
Fans were running on the pitch and that, confronting David Moyes. Ah, we remember.
yeah,
We remember. Yeah. But anyway, R.I.P. to David Gold. I hope it's David Gold. It is David Gold, isn't it?
100%,
Yeah, David
100%.
Gold, isn't it? R.I.P. David Gold. West Ham um on the pitch tonight drew 2-2 with Leeds. They were 1-0 down, then a goal either side of half time and had the lead, and then Rodrigo equalised. West Ham, it's tricky with them this season. They were booed off the pitch at the weekend after they lost to Brentford. Is it European football why they're struggling, or is it just that David Moyes, the football of David Moyes that he's been trying to get away with for the last few years, has caught up to him now?
I'm the wrong person to ask. I've never been a fan of David Moyes. Never.
Oh,
Even come on, pal. You know, and the listeners will
mm.
know on this pod. Even when West Ham was at their best and they was going for fourth or fifth or
That
whatever it
football
was,
is
fifth.
terrible.
Thank you. I've always said like it's about the results. The football was atrocious.
Mm.
It was ridiculous. But the fans didn't care because they was in
They were
Europe.
winning.
No,
Yeah.
thank you. It's like that fan, yeah, that I met a West Ham fan back last season. He was like, it's all about the ride, mate. You know what I mean? We get to tour Europe. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
get to, you
100%.
know what I'm saying? We get to. When's the last time we've done that? You know what I mean? So what he's done for the club, Moise, you have to give him credit. But in terms of his football, he's poor, and now the results are catching up on him. And what's he gonna do? Go back to Sushik and just go long and hope for second balls? If you guys know that Sushik hasn't played since Skers mentioned,
It's true.
lost his faith in the team, bro.
Hey.
This guy, he has to go back to Sushik now because Paqueta
Yeah, it's true.
scored tonight. But you know what I mean? Like, what's he gonna do? It's like a catch-22. You know what I mean? Because
Mm.
Moisey's not that manager that's gonna play attractive football. That's not him.
Never,
You know what I
never,
mean?
never, never. He's a part of that old school, that old brigade of Allardyce, Mark Hughes, Pardew. That he's the last of them old dinosaurs that's still in the top tier of English
Thank
football. Once he's
you.
gone, that's it, man. I don't think he'll get another job in the Prem. I really don't,
So, what I'm
because
saying,
every other team in the Prem plays football, literally. Not say they play like Pep style football, but they try to play football. You watch West Ham, it literally is lump it up top,
Thank you.
hope to
Win
get a
head.
second ball and go from there.
Joke. Can't be playing football like that in 2023.
Nah.
You know what I mean? You got to step out your thing now, man. You got to, know what I'm saying, play a bit of ball, like Gerard Bowen and that. Remember when everyone was like, oh, this guy's better than Rashford? I was like, brother, this guy's playing for Hull
Oh, allow
City.
it.
I was like, a couple seasons
Exactly.
ago, I was running down the wing for Hull City. I'm thinking, these man ain't got no pedigree, bro. They're good, they're on form, but that's it.
Exactly.
Like, class is permanent. These guys, right now, stress for them. At the moment, Moyes is making Graham Potter look excellent because think about it. Like, I'm telling you right now, you know what I'm saying? Like he lost what 5 games in a row, I think, or 4 games or something like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And Potter won after that, yeah, he won. He beat Bournemouth. West Ham lost. You know what I'm saying? Jay, they keep
It's
losing.
true.
Even tonight, I thought they was gonna lose again, but they drew in it. You know what I'm saying? Kudos
Yeah.
to them. They stopped the rot. Let's see if they can turn a corner. But you know what I'm saying? Like if they can't do it today and a day like tonight, you know what I mean? Then I can't see it happening, man. I think Moyes is out, man. I'm being honest, like they're doing well in Europe. That might give them a bit of time, but I think they're fed up now, man. Because the form's the
Yeah,
same.
I can hear it. I can hear it with the West Ham fans as well. They
Thank you.
seem fed up.
The form was the same before the World Cup and after the World Cup. It hasn't changed. At least Chelsea found out a bit of winning taste and a draw. You know what I mean? Like, West Ham fans is still losing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So can't see it going on for much longer. Like, you know what I mean? So
Nah, next game for West Ham, like we just mentioned, they're away at Wolves, who drew 1-1 tonight against at Aston Villa. I'm not gonna lie, I think this Lopetegui guy is gonna work his wonders with Wolves. You can already see an improvement with them. Um, they just need goals. It's difficult to gauge with Villa and Unai Emery now because lost to Liverpool. I think they drew at the weekend, right? Yeah, I think they drew at the weekend.
who's that?
Did they?
Villa.
Villa. Yeah.
They beat.
Oh, they won. Yeah, they were. They beat one at Tottenham. They won at Tottenham.
Yeah.
Drawn against Wolves tonight. Like, where do like what are Liverpool? What are Aston Villa? Because those 3 results are just mad. Really, actually deep. Lose to Liverpool at home, beat Tottenham away,
Mm.
draw against relegation fodder. Is that? I thought that's just going to be Villa till the end of the season. You don't know what you're going to get. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Let me just. Both teams, yeah, they got a Spanish manager in it, and they both play similar.
Mm,
Like, you know what I mean? Similar, like possession football. Like Villa, what they did to Totti was ridiculous, bro. They just had blocks. They just stopped them from playing and play out on the break. And
mm,
it worked to a T. You know that, Andre? Like, it literally
mm,
worked to a T. Because I watched the game, innit? He literally nullified Tottenham, stop you from playing Emery. You know, like that. The guy's a winner, man.
mm.
He's won trophies, innit? So he knows how to, he's an experienced manager. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Both teams, definitely Wolves are staying up. I can say that. And Villa,
Yeah, it's middle
I
of the
don't know.
road, isn't it?
Can they push on for Europe? I don't know. With Emery, it's like he needs a killer striker in it because he can play possession full 100%, and he's got the players there to play. But he needs a goal scorer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even tonight, they scored a late equalizer. You know what I'm saying? He
Mm.
need a goal scorer, man. He need a killer striker for his football to be complete. But they're both safe, man. Both clubs.
I agree with you as well. I think they both are safe. Villa's next game is at home to Wolves, and I'm not Wolves. Leeds next Friday. Wolves are at home to West Ham. The final game, or the Wednesday night games. I don't think anyone saw this coming after what happened to Tottenham on Sunday. Crystal Palace 0, Tottenham Hotspur 4. And just to add context, it was 0-0 at half time. I'm worried for Crystal Palace, you know. Before we touch on Tottenham, I'm worried for Crystal Palace. That's a bad defeat.
Nah, I'll let you finish. But I'm not worried
I'm
about
worried.
Palace. I'm not.
I feel.
I'm not. It was one of them games where Tottenham wounded animal in it. They lost at home. They're being doubted by the fans. The manager criticized. You know Conte, man. He gets into their skin in it.
That's a
So
bad defeat.
I was expecting them to win, not 4
Mm.
goals and a half though. After being 0-0 half time, I didn't expect that. I'm watching the game as well. First half, I expected them to be in the game, probably even win the game. I know he's saying, but another team that lack goal scorers in it, they'll play good possession football, but that last
I've
bit,
been saying this for time. Drop Jordan Ayew, man. That guy is crap.
no. To be fair to him, he scored against Bournemouth.
He's
Was it?
crap,
They
man.
won. Yeah.
He's crap. Like, get where's Odson Edward and Mateta and them guys? Where are they? Are they injured or something? Like, what's going on?
I'm not too sure, but Mateta came on the other day, so I know he's ain't injured. But in terms of Edward, I don't know. Jay's another
The-
plays fancy feet. I know he's saying you back
mm,
him to get more goals, and I agree as well. But Ayu gives you a bit more. He's a bit more aggressive. Experience in the Premier. He gets in amongst
mm.
it, man. You know what I mean? Edward's soft,
You think
man.
they should be getting more from Zaha?
Yeah, 100%. Watching him tonight, they trust him as well. They feed him. They give him the ball,
Mm.
so he can't complain. The team plays for it. Whenever he's free, they give him the ball. I think he overdoes it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
tonight,
100%.
it wasn't happening
On
for him.
his day, one of the best players outside of a Big Six club. But I ain't seen many of his days this season, bro. To be honest, the only saving grace of Palace is that they are 5 points ahead of the relegation pack. Those bunch of 8 teams below them. Um, Moving on to Tottenham, though, big win, big win. They're now 2 points behind Manchester United. They have played a game more. Um, we did talk about Arsenal on the side of the North London divide. That is the next game for Tottenham. Let's talk about Tottenham in regards to that North London derby. How big is it? It's a huge North London derby for them. Just considering the results that they've had, if they lose that game, what does that mean for Tottenham's season? Like, does that mean top four done? That will have a huge psychological effect on Tottenham. Like, surely they can't afford to lose that game. Surely.
That's what I said, innit? That's what makes the game so massive. So I can see a draw in that game. The more I think about it, it's so massive for both teams, yeah. That game, yeah. And Tottenham being at home, losing the game at home prior to that against Villa, a poor performance, the fans and that. They always have a full stadium top. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
they got good support. So they have to put on a show for the fans. It's New Year's, it's the old enemy coming to town. Do you know what I'm saying? The fans will be
Mm.
back on the bandwagon, top 400. You know what I mean? If they beat Arsenal.
Yeah.
And when you look at the other side of North London, the Arsenal side, the Emirates side, they need to win. You know what I mean? We need to go there and show them who runs North London. Like that. Why we're
Mm.
top. So yeah, man. Big game, man. Big game. Big massive games. There's some massive games coming up in the Prem. Big games.
Huge games coming up in the Prem. The first of those those big huge games coming up over probably the next month. Um, is on Thursday. Chelsea at home to Manchester City. After Arsenal dropping points, the lead is now 8 points. It's got to be a win for Manchester City. It has to be. They have to win this game, considering the next few games they've got. Like we mentioned earlier, they've got Chelsea, us, Tottenham twice, and Arsenal in mid-February. How big is that game? We'll touch on Chelsea in a minute, but how big is that game for City? Is it a must-win game, even at this stage of the season?
Yep, 100%. They can't afford to let Arsenal go any further. That's how they feel. Even that draw against Everton, you saw Stones after the game interview said the dressing room's depressed. They're upset, you know.
Mm.
City being down to a manager that used to be at the club as well. You know, like that. You know what I mean, Jay? So there's the connection in it. So when you think about it, like normally in the Prem, round about these times, I know there's a game every 3 days, but you'll take a point. You know what I mean, Jay? Think about it, because the games are coming so thick and fast. You're thinking, yeah, I'll take a point, just don't lose. You know what I mean? Just keep the consistency, keep the points ticking on the board, innit? But they're depressed, bro. It's like a loss to them, drawing. You know what I mean? That gives Arsenal more ground in them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. City's a must-win game. Big rivals. They go in there to win. They won there last season, so yeah, man. It's a must-win game, innit? And it's away,
And
so
then, right. And on the other end of this fixture, Chelsea. I think many people after the Boxing Day round of games thought, okay, Chelsea look alright against Bournemouth. I didn't see anything special. I said they're going to go to Forest. I thought Forest were going to win, but they got a point. They made it very difficult for Chelsea, roughed them up at points in that game. This game, the next couple of games for Chelsea, at home to City next Thursday, away at Fulham, they're 10th. Chelsea are 10th now, 25 points. The third best team in West London, may I reiterate. If they lose tomorrow, what, like, I don't know, what can, like, what can, it's hard to even articulate what Chelsea are. You don't know what they are. Like, what are they aiming for? Like, what do you think Chelsea are aiming for? Because it definitely ain't going to be top four.
Jay said, what? They aiming to win the league, Jay. What you mean what they aiming for?
What are they aiming for? Like, it's hard. It's
I know
hard. They are literally middle of the road. Like,
what are they doing, basically? That's what you need
what?
to be
Yeah,
saying.
literally.
What is
Because
going on?
literally, because they played they play City again in the cup away. I think it's on Sunday. Yeah.
And now City back to back. Headaches, mate. Headaches. I think this is it. I think this is it for Potty. I know I keep saying it, and he's not gonna leave, but it's gonna get so, like, how can I say it? What's the word I'm looking for? It's gonna get so toxic and turmoil in that dressing room. Players are gonna start coming out and saying, "Nah, you know what? You ain't good enough," you know, because there's players in there that want to leave. Whenever there's a window, it's a problem, isn't it? Because there's players that want to
I'm
leave.
looking at.
So they.
Sorry
So
to cut you off. Yeah.
yeah,
They're
let me just
next. Oh, go on. Go on.
yeah, go on, bro, go on. The next
I'm looking at their run of fixtures. Yeah, in all comps.
yeah,
Yeah. Thursday, it's City at home. Sunday, City away in the cup. Away at Fulham. Then at home to Crystal Palace, who like to travel and they have a good record against Chelsea. Then they go to Anfield Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. I don't think Potter's gonna be. It's mad. I don't know if he's gonna be in charge of Chelsea come the end of February if results don't go their way. Ah,
I
it's.
think I personally think they're already lining someone up. You know, I'm
You
gonna be
think? I
honest.
think Luis Enrique. You know.
I think yeah, as soon as Chelsea got the football director through the door and the whatever they call the scout, chief scout, they're like, nah, this thing's bigger than Potter. You know, they're gonna be like, nah, bro, this is way out of his league, mate. I'm telling you, they're gonna be like, this is way bigger than Potter, mate. I know this because Graham Potter, yeah. It's been thrown in at the deep end, innit? Like the guy that is asking for opinions and ideas, yeah, Barry Rogers and that. These men have never lifted a trophy in their career, ever, bro. Like ever. Like seriously, it's that deep. Like them man has never done anything imprint on football. They're just coaches, bro. They just coach players and try and make them better. Like the only player that's played every game under Potter is Mason Mount. That tells you something, can it? There you go. That's the only good thing against Bournemouth when you said you didn't see anything special. He scored a goal, bro. He scored a goal. That's what he did. His third goal of the season. Mason Mount that plays every game. So that's
what his third goal of the season.
Thank you. That's my point. These are the players that Graham Potter believes in, and he plays them every week, Trey. So would you expect the results gonna be? You know what I'm trying to say? Like you play against Bournemouth and you win 2-0 at home. Bournemouth had plenty of chances. You play against Forest and you're struggling. I know you say at the City ground, all this. I hear you, all of that, but the quality Chelsea have, the money they've spent, over 300 million, surely they shouldn't be 18 points off the top. They're closer to the bottom. They're like 13 points off the bottom. That's my point.
They literally are. They're 10 points off the relegation zone.
Thank you.
And they're literally 19 points. 19 points off Arsenal.
There you go. So they're closer to the bottom than
they are literally middle of the road. They're 10 points from fourth and they're 10 points from the bottom three.
That's my point. After spending 300 million.
Yeah.
And you get my point. After turning their top scorer, and he still is their top scorer in the Premier League, into a left wing back. People forget that real quick. You get my point. Like, as soon as he goes back to left wing or on the wing, he's got 2 goals. He's got a goal in like 3 games and an assist. Did you get my point? And like, you come to the club, you turn your top scorer into a wing back. So who's gonna get you the goal? Make them up. You see, from then, I knew Graham Potter's not gonna last at Chelsea. Chelsea's a bigger club than Graham Potter, but you know what I mean? This is like work experience. Chelsea fans ain't got time for it. They're gonna get really angry, really angry when City go there and lay the smack down. They're gonna be they are going to
when they're out of the cup, if they get knocked out of the cup on Sunday, they've been beaten by City. Their season basically done the first week of January because they ain't winning the Champions League.
That's my point. Unless Graham pulls it out the hat, the cat in the hat.
Hey, listen, they will build a statue outside of Stamford Bridge if he wins the Champions League. You know, I'm telling you, great white hope and all that. I'm telling you, 100%.
I know what you're saying, but that ain't happening. But I get you. If City lay the smackdown, and that's it, man. I think it's gonna be too much because they're gonna be playing City again, and it's gonna be the second time they've lost. He's got to win one of them games, Jay. Come on, man. He has to. It's like, Jay, think about it. It's like, I don't want to mention Ollie, but it's like Ollie, innit? He's back against the wall. You know he's gonna win one of them games. As bad as we are. You know what I mean, Jay? Against City,
at least he had a record against the top teams where, at least he wins.
At least one in it. Out of 3 games against them, 4 games. He's gonna win one of the games, man. You know what I mean? Like the last time I saw Chelsea do that, the manager got chopped, man. Ollie,
I don't think they beat City though. I don't think that. Nah, hell no.
It's curtains then.
Hell no.
Come on, Jay, they've got 1 win in 7 games. So you're telling me they're gonna have 1 win in 9 games and the manager's still in charge? Come on, my bro. It's gone. Well, he has to win one of them games.
It's a bit mad, isn't it? It is.
Thank you, my bro. He has to win one of them games. Come on, man. It's elite football. It's high level. It's not Brighton, bro. Where I told man you can go 2-3 months and haven't won a game.
I remember they were calling for him to get sacked, bro.
Thank you.
I remember when they didn't win a game for 3 months. Yeah.
Can't get away with that at the bridge. You're gone. You're gonna, mate. Head's gonna roll. It's either you or Barry Rogers. One of you lot are guys.
Or both. Or both, mate.
you better give up Barry, bro. when you're in the meetings, you know, boy, I need a better assistant. But Barry ain't cutting it. Something got to give, bro. You know what it was, Jay. Something got to go, man.
Yeah. So what we saying prediction wise for that game?
Boy, like I said in it, I'm gonna sound hypocritical, but I can see Chelsea winning that game. Seriously, I can see Chelsea. They have to win one. So it's either they're gonna win the cup game because of rotation. You know what I mean? I think City might rest a few. You know what I mean? So they've got a better. I don't know, because they've got City back to back. You know what I mean? I think they might rest a few. They might not show they really. I don't know, man. I have to explain it. I think Chelsea might win the rotation game, which is the cup game. But in the league, I think they're gonna get the smackdown, bro. But if they let City win both, that's curves. I'm just saying. So
Where
if
is
I
I
choose,
think, is the game at the Etihad? Oh, so,
yeah,
the game's at the Etihad. Yeah. I hear your logic. I hear your logic. You know, City might rotate on Sunday.
yeah, you know what I mean. Just
I hear the logic. I do hear the logic. You know what? I'm here. I'm with you. I am with you. I feel like Chelsea ain't gonna lose both games. They can't lose both games. I think City will rotate. Pep will rotate as a matter of course because they got Carabao Cup in the week as well. So you might want to just, you know, rest a few man as well. I think Chelsea win the cup game. If they can't win that cup game, you get slapped by City twice in a few days. Then Harry and Barry have got to think about future employment, bruv, because that's not good enough. And that's not good enough at all. Um, I'm gonna go. City are gonna win the game on Saturday. I mean, not Saturday. Thursday, and Chelsea will win the game on Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. But this weekend, it's tradition in this country. The first weekend in January is FA Cup weekend. There's a lot of games. We're not going to deep dive into all of those 60 odd games in the third round. It is football heritage in this country. FA Cup third round weekend. It does kick off Friday. Manchester United at home to Everton. I'm just going to pick out the games that are live on TV. Considering what's going on with Mr. Lampard, United should roll over Everton.
yeah,
What say
on
you?
paper, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. I think we all had United to win the FA Cup as well, right? In our predictions, yeah. So this should be Ten Hag's trophy. Potential shock on Saturday though. Down on the shores of Kent, Gillingham against Leicester. It's one of them FA Cup shocks potentially down there. You think Leicester will get through that one?
They have to, innit? They have to, man. The form they've been having, cup games is a good little release, you know. Hopefully they get a little good run in the cup, you know. They have to. Surely they can't lose games, you know.
Yeah, well, you never know. I'm going Gillingham to knock them out, you know. I might slap a little something on that. Down a better Fred and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always them shocks. I think Leicester going to rest players as well. So yeah, I'm going to go Gillingham. Also, at early game on Saturday, it's on the red button, but who cares? Tottenham versus Portsmouth. Who cares? 6 o'clock BBC One though. Sheffield Wednesday against Newcastle. That's such a football heritage game, isn't it? I feel like Newcastle rest players as well, but they should have enough to pack in League One Sheffield Wednesday. Surely. And 8 o'clock, Liverpool versus Wolves. That should be a tasty one, you know.
Yeah, that is a good one. Liverpool
I don't think there's any replays this season as well. I think it goes straight to extra time as well. So that could be a long evening.
Yeah,
Could be a long
definitely.
evening. Um, Sunday, Cardiff at home to Leeds. Boy, I know. I'm surprised that game was at 2 o'clock. That's yeah. You're gonna have to bring out the police forces for that one. Um, should be a tasty one.
Yeah,
It should be a
yeah.
tasty one. Um, Also, yeah, the big game. Well, Man City against Chelsea. That one's 4:30. I think we predicted what Chelsea to beat City for that one, and then on Monday, Arsenal travel to Oxford United. That should be a comfortable one for Arsenal
Yeah,
on that front.
definitely.
Um,
Arsenal's cup
quick
form's a bit
transfer.
tricky. Arsenal
Oh,
cup
it
form's a
is,
bit
isn't it?
tricky, yeah, but they should get far
Forest
though.
did knock them out last season. Forest did knock them out last season.
And this season, no?
Um,
You knocked them out.
who
Nah,
knocked them out?
Brighton knocked them
Brighton knocked them out. Yeah, Danny Welbeck. Mm.
out. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Oh, my
yeah,
bro.
they should knock out. They should have enough for Oxford United. Um, Other than that, transfer news. Apparently, the Enzo Fernandez deal, him from Benfica to Chelsea is off. What's your thoughts on Chelsea missing out on Enzo Fernandez?
Ooh. I don't think they've missed out. Everyone's saying it's off, it's off. Nah, it's just that negotiations is broken down, innit? Like
Mm,
Benfica's just they put a stance. This is the money they want. No installments, no nothing. You know what I mean? This is the money. This
mm,
guy just won the World Cup. You got best young player in the World Cup. You know what I mean? So why would do we need to? You know what I mean? We just wait till summer and get what we want. You know, like
yeah,
that.
it's
Like
true.
they spoke to Enzo and they've told him, like, if they bid this, you can go. Enzo already agreed deal with Chelsea. You know, Dre, he's been in Europe 6 months, bro. Come on, man. Chelsea's throwing up crazy money at him. You know what I'm saying, bro? The man just came
It's
from
mad,
River.
isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? He's living good. And now
It's
Chelsea's throwing
mad.
these
It is
ridiculous
mad.
wages at him. Of course, he's going to come to London, one of the best cities in the world, for this ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's what I said. I keep it real. Come on. Of course, he's going to agree to that personal deal. You know what I mean? But Benfica, they have to pay River in it. So they 120 in it.
mm,
Chelsea ain't gonna.
that's
Chelsea ain't got that.
crazy.
I've told Chelsea fans they
Mm.
don't. Chelsea ain't got that. They've signed that guy from Monaco. You know, it's agreed. They've signed for Fana.
Oh, but yeah, they're
Yeah,
definitely not
that's
signing Enzo Fernandez then.
thank you, 120. They could sign him, but not for the asking price. You know what I mean, Jay?
And then
That's ridiculous.
then you got to think about financial fair play, bro. 'Cause didn't they
And they
splash 200 odd million in the summer?
thank you. They've spent the other day came up to 300 million. This is before Enzo and all of that. So that that
That's
would have taken
madness.
it. Thank you
That's
to
a
half a million.
madness.
Thank you, bro. Like they're not even
That's a
guaranteed Champions
madness.
League. They're
They're
eight.
10th in the Premier League.
You get my point, bro. Surely financial
Hey,
fair would have to have a look at these books. You know what I mean?
100%.
Thank you.
100%.
So it's gonna be a bit tricky there. If they sell a few players, it is possible. But you want Chelsea players, bro. Zach, like he's been there for how long, bro? It was a loan thing. Like
That's
no one
true.
wants to
And you know
pay
what's the
these.
worst? This is why I know Potter is garbage manager, yeah? How many of these men had good World Cups? Zach,
Yeah,
Pulisic, yeah? Back to, and
true.
then just come back to normal, bro. Potter's in the bin.
As soon as they go under pot, it's a different player in it. It's
Exactly.
different style, man. It's weird. It's sad, but yeah, bro. I don't know if it's over that deal because who knows? Chelsea's
Mm.
got so many players. You know what I mean? Like who knows? They can fashion a deal here, there. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
let's see. The window's
Um,
still open. Yeah.
yeah, very early. Still a few days of January. In terms of Manchester United, they're linked with Dusan Vlahovic. The situation with Juve is looking a bit crazy. I'm definitely not going to get into that because that's a different level of business they're operating on. But um, if we can get Vlahovic somehow in January, I think more likely it's going to be in the summer. Does that take United on to another level?
100%. That take us to a level where we should be competing for the title.
Ooh,
That's how it really is.
like to
Without
hear
even
that too.
signing a right back, not even
Mm,
signing no one, just keeping the team
mm,
as it is now. So you can imagine if he gets Balovic and a right back or centre mid. Come on, man. It's Champions League we're talking about when we start talking about them things. No one wants
ooh,
that. But a striker that I know that
mm,
will bag goals, a poacher, and he can finish, and he can play football. That's what a team needs. You know what I'm saying? Like I like strikers like that. He can drop deep, beat in the play, hold it up. If you go long, he can finish in the box. All type of
mm.
finishes. You know what I mean? Like he's a baller. Like, but
He's
to
that
be fair,
striker that turns draws into wins.
do you get
He's
what I'm
that type
saying?
of
He's a
striker.
killer. He's a killer, man.
Mm,
He's a finesser. Once he's fit and he's balling, he's on it. There was a
yeah.
lot of speculations why he didn't play at the World Cup. They were saying he was sleeping with someone's missus. He even come out and he had to address it because
Oh yeah,
that's how much
yeah,
the rumors were. So when you see players address certain things, there might be a bit of truth in it. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking as
yeah.
well,
That's good.
why ain't he playing?
I've
But
never heard
I'm
a
not.
player come out and deny something
Thank
that
you.
ain't true, bro.
All right, that's circulating on the internet. You know what I mean? You don't address them things. This is internet stuff. But he was
Mm.
injured though. I know he was injured. To be fair, so I don't know if he will leave Juve because it's his first season, man. You know what I mean? So
But
I don't know. It's a
apparently,
bit
with everything that's going on with the Juve scandal, apparently it's looking like it's going to be bigger than the what's it, the Calcapoli scandal of the noughties, and there was one a decade ago, right? As well
yeah, yeah,
with Conte. Yeah,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
this one they're saying potentially is bigger, and it could result in Juve getting deducted. I meant deducted, demoted down to Serie C. So it could be a fire sale for all their talent. Vlahovic could get a cut price deal.
Well, if that's the case, then yeah, why not? United might as well go in there, go in there now. Honestly, like
Yeah.
the manager says, we need a striker. He said it. He said it. The window's open. He's openly spoken about it. He said, yeah, we
Mm,
need a striker, but it's not just signing anyone. It's someone that's
yeah.
gonna
I
challenge
think
for the
I think
position.
Ten Hag knows that at some point Martial's going to break down again.
Mm. He's been
He just
protecting
can't.
him
Yeah.
70 minutes. Yeah, he's been protecting him through
Mm.
games. Seen it.
Um. Final final transfer for final transfer to mention before we go. Mudryk to Arsenal. Arsenal have been putting in bids. It's been getting rejected. The latest one apparently is 60 million plus 40 million plus 20 million add-ons. Um, Shakhtar rejected that. They said they want big money, big money. I think they apparently they want Anthony money for Mudryk. Very good player. Do you think Arsenal should pay what Shakhtar want? And if they do get him, is that the signing that could potentially win them the league?
In terms of paying the money, no, I don't think he's worth Anthony's money. Seriously, I
Mm,
really don't. Not saying that because Anthony's at United. It's just I don't see what he's done to be worth that money. Like like I know he's a good player. I agree. Like he's a good player, but is he worth 80 million, 75 million? No, he's not. And who's gonna pay that? No one's gonna pay that except Chelsea. I'm gonna be honest. Like no one's gonna pay that for him
mm,
because his agent has been invited to Chelsea to watch the game, to the City game to watch Chelsea. So they're gonna have meetings about him because if they don't get Enzo, Chelsea might get him. So Chelsea will pay them ridiculous prices. They're the only club in the market that's gonna pay for Fofana. They paid over the budget. For Cucurella, they paid over the budget. You know what I'm saying? Like Chelsea's the only team that will do that, will pay that price that they would say they want Anthony's money for this guy. Like, he's a good baller, but look at that guy Napoli got. What 6 million rising to 10 million euros. Baller.
yeah.
It's really like we know there's ballers out there, but come on, bro. This guy thinks he's like, who does he think he is? Mbappe or something? I don't know who you think he is. Like he's a good baller though. You get me, Jay? I don't want to knock his
Yeah.
team, but I think they're overhyping it, man. For me, you know what I mean? It's just gonna be another what's his name? What's his Arshavin?
Pepe.
You know, like nah, it'd be like a Arshavin. He'd be good in certain games and then just go missing. You know,
Yeah.
like yeah, man, you
Mm.
filter out. You know, but he's good in it. Arsenal need a squad in it to win the league. So
I think eventually that deal could end up getting over the line, possibly towards the end of the window. But I don't think it moves the needle. I don't think he even starts. Who's he taking out of that team? You know what I mean? So
you risk players in it. You know how the thing goes, man. You rotate, man. Different options
that's
in it.
true. That's true.
Yeah, you need to have different weapons because they're the same team every week, Arsenal. You know what I mean? You need to mix it up. It becomes easier to defend against you if they know already who you're gonna play in that sometimes. You know what I mean? You need mind games, you know, certain games, man. You need options. But you see that guy just not to go on about him, man. The only thing keeping this deal alive is because the guy wants Arsenal. You know, if it was up to his agent or up to
Mm.
Shakhtar, he would have went to Chelsea.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
100%. 100%.
I'm just saying, you know, Chelsea are in negotiations now with his agent, and they've invited his
Chelsea just
agent
need to
to watch
relax,
the
man.
game. They've invited him to the game, Dre. So they're trying to hijack the deal, bro.
Them
You get
man
me? So
they ain't trying to come to the game, bro. Them man there are trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do. They're definitely not trying to go to that game tomorrow, bro. They're probably trying to watch rugby or something down the road in
bro,
that Brentford
you're
Community
gonna see
Stadium.
it, innit? You're gonna see it when he's in the stadium watching the game tomorrow. You're gonna be like, bro, like they might get him, you know, because the guy loves Arsenal. He likes Arteta, innit?
Mm.
He likes their football. Because his ex-coach, yeah, Zeg, when Brighton was playing Arsenal, he posted it, innit? He said two good coach, two good managers. You know, he loves
Yeah,
both.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
You get what I mean? So obviously
Mm.
he loves Arsenal, bro. He's always posting Arsenal games. That's his dream to play for Arsenal. That's the only thing keeping that deal alive, bro. You get me? Because
Mm.
Shakhtar wants the big money. The agent wants the big money. You know, like that. So you feel me? But yeah, bro.
Yeah, we'll see how these transfers end up. As the January transfer window has just opened. I doubt we'll see any big ones, but who knows as we go along in the month of January. But that wraps it up for another episode for the love of the game. Um, Happy New Year to everyone. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the various topics we talked about today. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Try and think, man. Just keep supporting, spreading the word. Let them know that we're giving our expert analysis every week on the Premier League. Any final words before we depart, Ronaldo?
Same old man. You don't know. We're here for the love of the game, man. Just keep the support.
100%, 100%. Also, before we should have even done this at the beginning. R.I.P. Pele.
Trust me, a living legend.
I don't even
Bro.
think we need to even tell him what he's done in his career. It's just R.I.P. Pele. He is
Yeah.
the GOAT. Like,
King.
it's not even a question. He's the king of football. And to get a grasp of his impact on the game, every game in this country done a minute's applause. For a man that's never kicked a ball in this country. That says it
Man.
all.
Crazy.
Great. The only man to win 3 World Cups. That says it all. First World Cup at 17. Says it all. Legend. Absolute legend. Sad to see him go. We've lost Maradona, what, a couple of years ago? A year and a bit ago.
Yeah.
He's joined now with Pele. Prayers out to the families or to the family. I don't think there's much more we can say about Pele. Anything you wanted to add, Ronaldo?
Ain't much more you can say, man. R.I.P. man. Rest easy.
100%, 100%. On that note, it's another episode for the love of the game. We'll be back next week. Skirvin will be back next week. We guarantee it. Hopefully,
Yeah.
touch wood. Yeah. Scurvin will be back next week. For myself, Dre, Ronaldo, for the love of the game, we're out. Peace.
Peace.